Hi again then guys, and so we've got another updated version of one of my fastest and most popular tunes and one of the best Vision GT cars of Gran Turismo so far, the Mercedes Vision GT. And this is the standard VGT, not the RS racing version. So, you want your racing soft tyres, obviously. For suspension, we've got the springs almost all the way. We've got 17 on the front, 24 on the back. Dampers and anti-roll all the way down to 1. Camber on 2 with neutral toe. For the gearbox, slightly different to before, as you'd expect. An auto setting of 249. Then for the individual gears, you want 3625, 2475, 1.8, 1350, 1050, 875 and 730 with a final drive of 2.5. For the diff, we've got the lowest initial torque, highest acceleration and lowest braking. You want all your power upgrades, obviously, and I would recommend having NOS. You can't adjust the rear downforce, unfortunately, and obviously you want the full weight loss package. Traction control I would strongly recommend having turned off. And so, like I said, this is one of my most popular tunes that I've ever done, also one of the earliest. Well over a year ago now that I did this, possibly even almost 2 years ago that I released this tune. Now, in sheer performance, it's not miles and miles faster than it already was. That's not the purpose of this tune. This tune is designed to be just a small general update to the car. Now, I know some people get this car to cruise at about 300 and whatever, 301, 302, whatever the case may be. And I specifically do not try to make my tunes as fast as possible. That may seem very strange, especially on the highly competitive market that is YouTube. And some people have actually asked me, why don't I make my tunes faster? Well, the reason is very simple. I believe that trying to make the fastest tune on YouTube is stupid. Because as soon as you release it, it's no longer the fastest. Because now everyone can use it. So the whole premise behind trying to have the fastest one on YouTube is ridiculous, which is why I've never tried to do that. I've released very fast tunes, I've updated them to make them even quicker, but I've never claimed that any of mine are the best that they can be. I don't believe anyone can make these cars the best that they can be, because there's always something that you can improve. But overall for this particular tune, it tunes, or cruises I should say, stronger than it does before, cruises at 296, and the major difference is that now it utilises 7th gear as well, so you get the full benefit of the entire gearbox. It still slipstreams extremely well despite being in top gear. As you can see, you've got miles and miles of slipstream potential, over 2,000, well, around 2,000 RPM. I use this car regularly. It's a hugely successful car for me, and considering how many different cars I use, that's a big thing for me to say it's successful, because I use a lot of successful cars and this one really is brilliant. With this particular setup, you can get right down to the bottom of the corner and still maintain around 280 without NOS. Hit the NOS, it can still hold the bottom of the corner without spinning out. It's also one of the toughest cars in the game. If you're in a race where someone's trying to be dirty, they will have a hard time pushing you off with this car. It's a seriously tough motor despite not being all-wheel drive. And the acceleration is also quicker than my previous tune, thanks to the fact that it uses the full range of the gearbox now. With slipstream, I can't even remember, to be honest, what the draft potential of this is. I know it's obviously well over 300. I've taken it, I believe, over 330. I think it can probably do 340, but I can't remember at the moment what I've taken it up to. But like I said, I don't try to be the fastest, I just try to give you a good canvas to work from, and I would encourage you to play around with the tune. Don't just copy exactly what I've done. Obviously you can do that, but I would encourage you to try and make it even better than I have. And if you're new to the channel, or just found this helpful or interesting in general, feel free to check out the rest of the channel. I have more updated tunes like this for all of the fastest cars in the game. And feel free to smash that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.